What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. A little after 7:30 here, but we've got some information abound. Eagles coaching changes, a lot of things going down. Been trying my best to keep you up to date. You guys know, starting a new job here, doing a lot of training, and it's been crazy, so bear with me, but appreciate you all taking the time, hit the like button, sharing, subscribing, becoming members, all that great stuff. You guys are awesome. Can't thank you enough for the support, but you all know what happened. Jeff Stoutland left the other day, and clearly nobody's going to replace him. We all love Jeff, and we all know that, some things were real tough on the offense last year, and we hear about things, changing for him, his role, and, it sucks, but bound to happen. Getting up there in age, and we all know, well, it's because of Sean Mannion, who is now our offensive coordinator. You can go check out the videos on all of our new coaches. So Mannion, of course, we talked about, was going to build his own staff. So brought in Grizzard right off the bat to be his pass game coordinator. Then he brought in Moorehead here to be his run game coordinator and his tight end coach. And then we just talked about Chris Cooper, who is supposed to replace, in the essence of the job, offensive line coach here, replacing Stout. But no one's ever going to replace Stout. We all know that. But you can go check out any of those videos on all of those guys. But look, we're all excited about, the news that Jamal Singleton is returning, because I talked about it. That's the one coach that needs to come back. So we get him back. But you can see McLean here, and oh my Lord, writes us a novel here. And running backs coach, I'll try to skim through it here, but Singleton and Aaron Moorehead. Look, a lot of people feel a certain way about Moorehead, but they've got two of the best receivers, so I don't really know, what you want the guys behind them to be able to do. Yeah, regardless. But I know that Sirianni really likes him, so he gets to keep a guy there. And then you can see Parks Frazier. He is supposed to, be sticking around, but obviously a different role, because they gave that job to Grizzard, his job, and then Greg Austin, Eric Dickerson, Van Gorder are there. We'll see if these guys keep their roles. But Scott Loeffler is supposed to remain on the staff. And, again, they were looking at other quarterbacks coaches. So he's not going to be the quarterbacks coach, but we'll see what the hell they have him doing. Now, at the time, Kevin Patullo was supposed to be staying with, and you guys saw me report on that yesterday, and obviously nobody wants to see that. But you can see the coaches we just talked about. Jason Michael not going to be returning, but we get some damn good news here today. And, I know a lot of you were very excited when I know I posted it. I'm sure everywhere else people are very happy, but Kevin Patullo is getting an opportunity as a pass game coordinator elsewhere. So, dude, the Dolphins are going to give him an opportunity there. So best of luck to you, Kev. But he will not be here. Appreciate what you've done for the offense, helping us get a Super Bowl, make it to a Super Bowl, and lose as well. Fantastic. Thank you. But offensive coordinator was not your gig here. Got a ways to go. Got some learning to do. And maybe one day he'll be a great OC, head coach. You never know. Still a young guy. But didn't work out here. We'll say that. So, I think a lot of people are going to rejoice about this, and rightfully so. It was a rough year. Too good of an offense to be that stagnant. So we know injuries to the offensive line is something we talked about all year, and injuries to a lot of other people, and things that were going on that I feel you can't, Dallas Goedert being out, just things that you cannot leave. You got to have context there. It wasn't just Kevin Patullo, but we knew he was definitely going to be the scapegoat and one of the people that was going to be on his way out. And, that is what's happening here. So you don't have to worry about him. A lot of people pissed off. Why is he still there? Well, he's not. So I know our best of luck to you. But I thought, I've been showing you this staff and the offense because of all of these changes. But some questions have been had about this defense as well. So I thought, let's take a look at the entire staff, what we've got going on here, what we know of right now, and, of course, any changes that are made. I will keep you up to date with that. But here and now, let's take a look at the staff. And we all know the main coaches here, right? We know Sirianni's head coach still. We know Sean Mannion was just added to be his offensive coordinator to run his offense. Fangio is the defensive coordinator, and that's his defense. He's the head coach of that D. And then Michael Clay brought back as the special teams coordinator. So let's take a look at each of these respectively here. And, well, the offense, we've been keeping tabs on this. But, again, I don't know who the quarterback's coach is going to be. Loeffler and Parks Frazier are there. Maybe one of those guys gets the job, but up for grabs. You see the new coaches, Grizzard, Mahaffey, Cooper, we just talked about, and their roles. And then I'm not sure, Austin, Dickerson, Van Gorder, Peterson, what their jobs will be. But if they're coming back, no doubt we'll see which guys actually are back. And when that time comes and what their roles are, we'll have an actual look at the coaching staff. But this is just from last year and what's going on with the changes. So, again, just keep that all in mind. Now, on the defensive side, some questions have been had, but we know Christian Parker went to the damn Cowboys as their defensive coordinator. He was our defensive backs coach and defensive pass game coordinator. Now, Joe Casper moves up into that role. He was the safeties coach. Now we don't have one. Roy Anderson's the cornerbacks coach. You got King here, Washburn still here, Hurt at the D-line coach, but he is also the senior defensive assistant. So that's somebody to keep an eye on when Fangio does retire. Would love to see him step into that role. Maybe Casper, somebody that if, Hurt leaves or whatever happens, we'll see. But you see some of the other guys still there. And again, any changes that are made, or maybe one that I missed or something, feel free to let me know. But that is what the defense looks like. And then the special teams department, again, as I mentioned, Michael Clay is back. Panunzio, I assume, is still the assistant special teams coordinator. And then Tyler Brown, special teams assistant. Any changes that are made here, I will, again, let you know. But that is the entire Eagles coaching staff. But let me know how you are feeling here, ladies and gentlemen, whether it is, Kevin Patullo and how excited you are that he is actually gone, or maybe you have some farewell words for him, whatever's on your mind. Love to hear from you. But Jamal Singleton's back, and I think you got to look at the positive here that this is somebody we talked about that played with, coached with Zach Taylor, somebody familiar with this McVay, Shanahan, new age, Kevin O'Connell like offense. And there's different blends and so much that goes into this, so many intricate things. But just saying, he's somebody that could definitely work in this system. And it's somebody that, as assistant head coach, clearly an important guy to this locker room, a great guy off the field, on the field. I know how much the players love him. So I'm excited to have him back. Whether you feel whatever about Moorehead or Parks Frazier, you can let me know down below. But that is all I have for you here tonight. Would love to hear your thoughts. You have any questions, comments, leave them down below. You have anything else you need, feel free to reach out. Always here for you guys as you are for me. But all I have for you here tonight. So have yourselves a good one. Stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now, sickos. Go Birds!